I had another video planned for today, but something woke me up this morning. I get a notification from Discord. This is from a Dungeons and Dragons server, so you know it's political and serious because Dungeons and Dragons is that serious. They basically saying they're banning all Twitter links or X links, whatever you call it now. Why? Because Elon Musk did a gesture that I can't use keywords here related to it, or YouTube will flag the video. If you haven't seen it, just Google it. Now, I saw this, I woke up to it, and I was like, interesting. Then I see people arguing all over the off-topic general channel, literally people fighting. And I thought it was comical because, geez, I'm here for Dungeons and Dragons. And sure, it's an off-topic channel, but still, let me tell y'all a funny story about that gesture Elon Musk did. About a year ago, I was invited to go to a veterans reunion. I'm not a veteran, but some of my friends are. They did time in the military, so I decided to show up to give them some support, right? So when I'm there, everything is fine. I see my friends. I meet some extra people. Everyone is pretty chill. So apparently there were speakers at the reunion. Now, after the first speech, all the veterans got up from their seats, put their hand over their chest, and saluted. Literally what Elon Musk did. And I was like, what was that? Why I'm black, so should I even be here? Like, what is that? You know what I'm saying? And the speaker was a black guy too, so I was even more puzzled. By the way, there was a healthy mix of races here. It wasn't just white people or whatever you may think. And again, like, I'm light skinned, you know what I'm saying? Like, you know what I'm saying? If this was some extreme group meeting and not a veterans reunion, I don't think I would have been invited. So I asked my friend, I was like, bruh, what was that? That looked wild. He said, that's called My Heart Goes Out to You. He said, what we do is we put our hand on our chest, on our heart, and we extend it out to someone who we respect or love. Again, it's called My Heart Is Out to You, that salute. But I'm thinking to myself, and I was on my phone right after this, and I looked it up because I was like, is he trolling me or something? And my friend wasn't lying. The gesture is really called My Heart Goes Out to You. But seeing it, the gesture can easily be interpreted as something extreme, like I first suspected. I've only ever seen that gesture in World War II throwback videos, you feel me? So after every speaker went, they all stood up and kept doing it. Heart to chest and extend their arm out to their companion, right? Nothing else really happened at the reunion. We ate food, people talked about their military experience and how much they loved the country, and people got service badges or pins, whatever, right? And everyone went home. You know, I completely forgot all about going to that veterans reunion. And then I started seeing everyone go crazy about Elon Musk. Now, about Elon Musk in general, I've watched several interviews from him. He is very socially odd, from how he speaks to how he carries himself. His gestures overall are weird and uncoordinated. I think he tried to do that My Heart Goes Out to You thing, and it just looked really weird and offensive. It's just like how I said I felt weirded out when I first saw people doing it in person at that veterans reunion. This probably is many people's first introduction to this as well. You've seen it a bunch in old school videos, right? But now seeing it in modern time, the gesture is so associated with an extreme ideology that even myself, my first instinct is to recognize it as that. Going back to that Dungeons and Dragons thing, right? The server and just in general, a lot of social media sites are also getting bad about it. I saw this post on Reddit as I was editing this video. Look at this. Gave my Tesla Model 3 a clear salute today after selling it to a dealer in Perth, Australia. Dude, do you want us to get on our knees and bow down to you and pray to you? Like, what does this prove? Bro, was selling your car worth getting upvotes on social media and you feel you're on a moral high horse right now? What do you want us to do? Call you a strong, heroic man? Maybe I'm bugging right now. Nobody can be this unironically emotional where they actually sell their vehicle because of this. You know, Teslas are expensive, right? Like, once you drive off that lot, the price, this is for any car. Once you drive off that lot, that price drops heavily. So this isn't even a flex. You literally probably bought that car for maybe like $40,000 or more, depending on other factors. And I'm being generous with that cost. $40,000, I'm hitting low numbers to be nice, because that model, that Tesla model, used to be higher. So you lost about, on average, 20% of its original value once you drove it off that lot. And you're flexing about selling it when it's completely functional because you want to flex on social media? I might be convinced. I have a theory. Because no one could be this stupid. I have a theory. This might be some random person's car and you just flipped it off and then lied to people on the internet to get upvotes. I'm convinced. But it's still possible. You want to play a game? You want to play a game of not supporting car manufacturers and companies? Let's play this game, right? Do you want to go down the history of Ford and their stance on Jews? You want to go down the rabbit hole of Volkswagen and their history supporting the regime in Germany during World War II? BMW and how they used forced labor of thousands upon thousands of prisoners in concentration camps back in World War II, which BMW, they publicly acknowledged years later in their history that that's what they did. I could keep going. You might as well start walking to work and not buying any vehicles at this point if you really want to be like this, because a lot of these companies have history. Remember when Balenciaga had some controversy because they had children doing weird, perverted things in an ad or something? I don't remember the exact context, but I remember people were mad for like 1 week. And then everyone started wearing their Balenciaga again. My point is, outrage on social media usually lasts about a week or two or a month. People online get so mad at something or somebody for such a short period of time because their attention span can't hold on to it any longer. And then they just keep going on with their life or continue to consume that person's content or still use whatever services they provide. Selling your car is such a big deal. I just can't believe this. I'm being a dead horse at this point. Everyone watching or listening to this video, if you own a Toyota, they were building trucks for the Imperial Army in Japan. Sure, like the other examples, that's not a modern event. That didn't just happen less than a week ago as this video is being recorded, right? But would you go about selling your car if that happened today? Like right now, would you sell your car because of something like they do? Like I feel so many people are just following whatever trend seems to match a sense of moral superiority, like refusing to post Twitter or X links simply because it's the current norm. If you don't do that, right? If you don't go like, oh, let's ban Twitter or X links, right? If you don't do that or participate in this outrage, you may fear being labeled as supporting an extremist ideology, even if you don't personally care or want to get involved. I saw Legos. Yes, Legos. The little building blocks that hurt when you step with your grippy socks on. They're also, we consider banning Twitter links, but only had 8 posts. Only 8 posts had Twitter links, bro. This is a place about Legos. Y'all are considering doing it though, if in the case y'all didn't have only 8 Twitter links posted? Let me build a Lego ship without seeing this stuff, man. They banned it from the Kingdom Hearts subreddit. Maybe I'm confused here. What does Kingdom Hearts have to do with this? What? As a result, listen, it's funny, right? If I question this behavior as I'm clearly doing right now, people will assume, and I know people are feeling this way right now as they listen or watch this. You think, Aku, I'm aligning with extreme positions or ideas. You think I'm riding out with this, right? Like I'm a big supporter of these extreme ideologies. But in reality, that's not the truth. I believe people just want to score social points, and they're publicly distancing themselves from anyone who's been demonized in a political context. Last year, since Elon Musk made it clear who his political alignment was, he has nonstop been demonized by a lot of outlets, which was bound to happen. I'm not surprised. But because these outlets control a large portion of the media, you may feel a sense of guilt or may need to reassure a crowd that you're not with it, because you don't want to be put in the same category as the person who is demonized, right? If you listen, you have to have your pitchfork out as well, or people will think you're on the opposition. If you're not actively fighting with us, then you're against us, even if you don't want to get political or let this influence your everyday hobbies or activities. In the case of Elon Musk, I don't think the gesture he made, whatever it was, since people are labeling it a couple different things, I can't really change anyone's mind here. You know what I'm saying? I told my story about this whole thing, and I don't think it was appropriate. It looked weird anyway, okay? That said, it doesn't make any sense to make a gesture that is easily compared to something truly reprehensible. You know what I'm saying? Like, it doesn't make any sense to make that gesture, even if it was for something else at that time. You know what I'm saying? You're in front of a bunch of people who probably have never seen that before. It was definitely awkward. For the record, the actual extremist salute that people are accusing him of doing doesn't begin with placing your hand on your chest. It's simply an arm thrust forward. So in this situation, the claims and the outrage of what people are mad about in regards to his gesture doesn't even align with historical context. Historical reality. If you heard the story I told earlier in this video and you were really listening, you know that I once encountered a similar gesture in person. I instantly interpreted it as something extreme. I can imagine how easily others, particularly those who are unaware of different variations or contexts, might jump to the same conclusion. Without a proper frame of reference, it's understandable that they would mistake such a gesture to or for another extremist symbol. But again, simply by expressing that view, I'm going to get demonized. Just like what happened in that particular Dungeons and Dragons server. Remember, you remember I said, like, I was seeing people like argue in that server, right? After that announcement was made. This was what blew my mind about this, right? Because, if anyone commented along the lines after seeing that announcement and they said something like this, they were like, hey, this is a tabletop role-playing game. Why bring politics into it? They were instantly labeled as supporters of extreme symbols or ideologies. Even the owner joined in, accusing those users of endorsing hateful ideas. And I have to drill this point home, because maybe you're not listening to what I'm saying. Like what I just said, maybe you're not listening. For the record, none of those people were agreeing with or defending the controversial situation in question in that announcement. Nobody was agreeing or defending it. They were just saying something like, this is a space for roleplay and gaming escapism. This is Dungeons and Dragons, and I don't think we need to talk about banning Twitter links or diving into these political situations or debates. But as soon as they expressed that opinion, other members jumped all over them, shouting stuff like, oh, so you support the regime? You're disgusting. You embrace hateful ideas. And eventually, all those people were banned. Their messages just got instantly deleted too. Like, even though they weren't even trying to start a fight, people are getting banned for just disagreeing with getting political or getting involved. They just felt these discussions were out of place and they got banned for it. Hey, what do y'all think about this? Let me know down below. This episode is found on Spotify and YouTube. Times Square.
Nightmare 7 a.m. in the morning though. No surprise. Times Square's you and I under those lights. No disguise. Don't tell me everything you wanted was a lie. All those city lights, it's an endless night. Never expected you to bring me so much life. Close my eyes too long, then it's time to say goodbye. Let's dance all night until the stars don't show glow. Till the sunrise, then we go solo. Making up for all the times that we were low. Let's make some memories before we do go. Let's dance all night until the stars don't show glow. Till the sunrise, then we go solo. Making up for all the times that we were low. Let's make some memories before we do go. Caution. Wait a moment, keep my heart locked away, it's filled with emotion. Gave the key to you, right in front of you is open. Hey, try your best to not leave it broken. Oh, it's been a while since you know it's frozen. Not the